Hi friends, I wanted to share with you guys my hair care routine. It has taken me years to perfect it, and now I'm at a point where I absolutely love it. I've been doing it for roughly about 2 years, but it has taken me so long, so many different attempts, so many different products, and now I finally reached a place where everything I absolutely love to use, and it has worked with my hair so nice and beautifully. I've noticed that my hair is like shinier, softer, less frizzy. Of course, frizz is inevitable. You'll always have some sort of frizz, at least for me, because I have naturally wavy hair. So you just watched me put this oil in my hair. You've probably seen these all over TikToks, and that's exactly how I found out about this applicator. Before I found out about this, I was putting just like the oil in my hands and using my hands. However, I really love this for your scalp, and then obviously just to drop it. Mix everything up in here. Everything I use is 100% pure oil because I want the full benefits of them. Just turn off the top here and you pour your oils in here, and it also has line markings on the side, so I like to do an even amount. So you see the little line marking, so I generally go up to the halfway and the middle, halfway and then the full one, and I put all roughly the same even amount. The only one I add a little bit more of is my grapeseed oil, just because I find it's like a lighter oil, so it helps like lighten everything out because I don't have thick hair. That's another thing. You have to kind of find what works for your hair. You don't want to put too much on if you have really thin hair, but if you have thicker hair, you might want to do a bit more. I would say I lean more on the fine side, but I don't have totally fine hair. So the oils that I put in here would be castor oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, argan oil, a new one that I just started trying, baboba oil, I believe it's called. Then I also do rosehip oil, vitamin E, and not a lot, but just a little, like a syringe full of rosemary oil. That's to help with hair growth. So the syringe full is like, that's how long big the syringe is. But the oils is like a decent amount, so it's very little in there, but it mainly does smell like rosemary because rosemary is also an essential oil. If you don't want any hair growth and you just want more of like the benefits of oiling, just don't put in the rosemary oil. But after you're done oiling, I put on this. It is a shower cap. Absolutely love it. So normally you would wear it in a shower. You put it on the exact same way you would your bonnet, and your hair goes on the microfiber side. However, when you oil, and this is one thing that I've learned over many years, you want to keep your hair wet. The reason is you don't want the oil to dry on it, because if it dries on, it becomes extremely hard to get off, and that is why your hair looks really oily. I take my shower cap, flip it inside out, and I put this side on, obviously, so that this does not get all oily. And I leave it on like this. And this makes sure that your hair stays, like I said, very wet. I like to keep it in for 1 to 2 hours. If you try to go any longer than that, that is doable. It's just a little bit harder to get out. Once you're in your shower, the way you wash your hair is very important. This is the shampoo and conditioner that I use. I have tried out quite a few different ones to see what I like the best, especially all these ones that I saw on TikTok. If you need hair racks, I highly suggest Abby Young. That's where I got her from. But I tried a few different ones and I really like these the best, and also the most affordable. This is the Bond Strength one. Unfortunately, this is the only one that does not come in a value size. I think maybe because they have more active ingredients in it. Not exactly sure, but I heard a lot of people use intensive repair. I've tried intensive repair and I would not recommend it. My hair did not feel as soft after. However, everybody's hair is different, so try out and see what you like best. So when I first get into the shower, when I have oil on my hair, I like to start with conditioner. I just put a little bit of conditioner and I rub it all throughout my hair and I let it sit 30 seconds to a minute. This just helps pull out kind of the oil that's stuck on there and I rinse it out. I don't do much lathering, I just rinse it out. Then I go in with my shampoo, put it all in, lather it up, and your hair is not going to get like the sudsy, bubbly it would when you wash it because you still have that oil on it. You're again gonna leave it for a minute or two. This is the routine that probably a lot of people won't love. To get my hair clean, I wash it 4 to 5 times with shampoo. I know, sounds crazy, but I have very long hair to start, and I also wash my hair once a week. Now, I need to get better at doing it twice a week, but I'll tell you, I'm very lazy because I have long hair and it takes a long period of time, which is why it takes me about most of the time 4 washes. Sometimes, if I have oil, I just do 5 to be certain. The reason is you can tell how clean your hair is based on the suds. So the first 2 washes, I don't have like a lot of foaming suds in my hands from the shampoo, but by the time I get to my 4th one, it is super foamy and fluffy in my hair. And that's how you know your hair is super clean because the active ingredients are getting really, really foamy. And that is exactly how you know you have all your oil out. If your hair is not super foamy, like if you can't feel it, you can't exactly see it until it like comes out of your hair when you're rinsing it, but you can see it on your hands and you can feel the foaminess in your hair. That is exactly how you know it's been washed properly. So after you do your 4 layers of that, go back in with conditioner. And a lot of people don't apply conditioner properly. Anytime you do stuff, you always want to divide your hair in half. When you're in the shower, squeeze out the water on both sides. Put conditioner on this side and this side individually. And I always start right here. As soon as it leaves your scalp, that's where you want to condition it. And at that time, you want to leave it in for a good 5-ish minutes. I love to use my African nut sponge, exfoliate, shave, and then by the time you wash out, your hair will feel incredibly silky smooth. When you're not doing an oiling, I highly recommend anytime you shower, you put on a shower cap because I learned that if you leave your hair in the shower just like up in a pony or up in a bun, that the hot air in there and the steam dries out your hair. So that's why I got the shower cap. Leave your head underwater, this will get wet. So it's mainly just to make sure it doesn't get like steamed or like the flick off the water, but don't go put your head fully under the water. But I use this every time I shower and it's amazing. Like it's 2 years old and I have no issues with it whatsoever. I absolutely love it. And then when I take my hair down, it still looks great. Whereas before, like sometimes my style would be ruined or, it'd be like wet and frizzy just because of the heat. So definitely get this for when you're in the shower. And then of course, when you finish showering, you want to wear a microfiber hair towel. Is super old and by accident it has gone in the dryer. You don't want to do that, and you also do not want to put any fabric softener on it. So this has had 2 slip ups, but it still works really great. Not as soft as it could be, but still amazing. And this one is like a specific one, so you can do your little wrap, and it has like a little button, and you hook it around and you like do the little wrap on your head, which is really great. This dries your hair so great. Leave it on for 10 minutes. Your hair won't be wet anymore. Of course, when you get out, strain out the water, but I absolutely love this. It is the softest way and the best way to dry your hair. Going at it with a towel because that will really cause breakage. Just plop it in this, leave it in 10-15 minutes. Sometimes if I want to wear my hair natural, I'll plop my hair, leave it up for 30 minutes. Works wonders. Now, the very last step of your hair care routine is after you get out of the shower and your hair is starting to dry. So I only use 2 other products, and these ones are kind of probably my most expensive products actually. However, they last a long time. I bought this guy 1 year ago and it lasted a whole year. I'm on my 2nd one just now. This is the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex. It is a hair strengthener. I use it because I do not cut my hair. I'll cut it maybe every year, maybe a year and a half, and I don't go to a hairdresser. I literally just look after the winter season and I cut off a little bit of the dead ends. I like to keep them in during the winter time because your hair is going to be dead no matter what. And then you want a good leave-in conditioner, so I use the Pureology, the 21 Benefit ones. I also got this last year and I'm not even done. You can see the little line there. And I do want to preface, I don't do this every time I wash my hair. This is a once a week routine. Every week, choose a day that works for you. Just do it once a week. You only need to apply this once a week. This, if you shower, you should apply leave-in every single time. Last step, depending on how you want to do it. After I do this, sometimes you will see me blow dry it because I've been told that letting your hair dry is not the best for it. So sometimes I'll blow dry it. Sometimes I'll just blow dry the roots because I've also been told that having blow dried roots is better than nothing. And then I'll style it after, or sometimes I'll just leave it to air dry if I want my natural waves in it. That kind of is up to you and how you want your hair to be styled. So one of my favorite hacks to reduce frizz and help with the softness of your hair, reduce tanglage, is bonnets. Now I know this is not a new thing. Black women and men have been wearing bonnets for a very long time. The reason I tried it out is because I saw a black TikTok creator about 2-3 years ago saying bonnets are for anyone with hair, and honestly I decided to give it a try because they were talking about how it reduces frizz and breakage. So I originally started with my short hair bonnet. Because I have such long hair, and when I style it with curls or anything like that, and you want to keep the curls in, it's much better to go in with a long hair bonnet so that your hair is down as you sleep and it still keeps it very structured, like it's not free flowing and it never gets tangled. I always comb my hair before bed and it never gets tangled in whatever I wear. Either way, you cannot go wrong. And I always do a little French knot, and then you just slip your bonnet over. Take your hair out and you just take the things underneath and tie them up top. So those are my two biggest hacks when you sleep. Wear a bonnet every night, and honestly someone with long hair, I much prefer it because my hair doesn't kind of get tangly. You don't sleep on it, doesn't get like pulled. Now I wake up, take my bonnet off, and it's beautiful for the day. Okay, the very last thing that I want to mention is I use this product by The Ordinary. So it's a multi-peptide hair serum for density, and it helps with hair growth. You will see when you use it some like little baby hairs. It's the stuff that you would put on at night before you go to bed. And when you put it on, it's just a few drops and you massage it into your head. And you're supposed to leave it in, like it's a leave-in product. So you can do it the very first night you shower, and you can do it every night if that works for you. My hair is a little bit finer, so I cannot add copious amounts of oil into it just dry. So I'll do it probably every other night is what I really like to do. And then also before bed, probably every other night, I'll put a little bit of oil on my hair. I'll just use straight from the bottle itself some argan oil or jojoba oil and add it in because your ends, unfortunately, I live in Canada and they get very dry with the winter. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about the hair care routine. At the end of the day, if you can't start with all the oils, that is fine. I slowly built it up my regimen. I only started with jojoba and argan oil, and then I slowly added in more, so that is definitely doable if that's something you're interested in.